Right, so what we want to do now is we want to add an image to our web page. At the moment we just have this. So a few things we need opened are Finder, Text Wrangler, and that's about it. First thing is, if you're putting an image to a web page, it really needs to go into what's called an images folder. So inside your web space on your computer, your server space, your USB, wherever, right click inside the folder and go images, and make sure it's all lowercase. We do most of our work on web pages in lowercase, so that if there's a typing error later on involving capitals, you can easily tell what the problem is. Remember, if you're going to use HTML, you use HTML for the whole website, not HTML and HTM. Don't use versions of them because it becomes a nightmare when you're doing the coding. So you need a folder for images. Inside your images folder, you actually need to put an image. Probably a good question. I went and found an image to start with. Maybe if I look at that one will do. It's an exciting image. So I've just grabbed an image and I'm just dragging it into here from another location. Okay, not an exciting image. It's this one here. Northlink team. Okay, student services. So that's the image I want to put on the page. So at the moment, how it looks is I have my website folder, I have an index page, I have a folder called images, and all my images go in there. I now go to FileZilla, open up my Finder as well. All I have to do is drag the images folder across. I now have my images folder there as well. But I need the browser to know that it has to display an image to start with. So what I do is I go back to my code, and then I choose where I want my information. So I might want it after the line. Now if I just put it in here, the browser will just put it on the end of the sentence. So there's things in coding and HTML called breaks and paragraphs and so on. So we'll have a look. We can do P in front, which indicates that this is a paragraph, and this is the end of the paragraph. As you would expect, it ends like that. So on the next line, I can now put my image in. And for browsers to recognize there's an image, you need an image tag. Just like we put in P for a paragraph tag, body for a body tag, etc. So I'm going to go image tag, right? And I'm going to go image equals, and I'd say, well, where is this image? I'm going to say, well, it's actually in a folder called images, and the name of the file is, oh, I better give it a decent name, something that's useful. I'll just call it NLSC1. C1, NLSC1, and it was a PNG if I remember rightly. Okay, so I know the name of the file, so I can go back to here and go images, NLSC1.png, close the tag, we'll close that. That's pretty much it. I think off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've done this. Alright, then we go back to FileZilla, Finder, and the only thing I changed was the index file. So I'm going to now drag the index file across. Where are we? Replace the one that's already there. May ask you to overwrite a file, just go OK. Hopefully that's worked. I go back to the browser, do a refresh, and the image, I've done a boo-boo with the image. Yeah, I've missed something here. Image equals. Yep. No.
Go away.
So something about.
Whoops. I think I made a boo-boo here. I think I'll just go back to the code. I forgot to put the word source in here. Where, in other words, where I'm actually getting the image from. So this, with a bit of luck, should solve my problem. And double quote. Oh, and the double quote at the end to make sure it wraps up. This is where the image tags coloring comes in really important. So I've got a green here and a green there. So I know that if they're ending in the same color as they began, then everything's okay. So I save that. Then I go back to FileZilla, come back to Finder, drag my index file back on top of that one, overwrite, it's fine. Then I go back to my browser, do a refresh. The image wants to come up, but it doesn't like it for some reason. Now that could be because the image may not have been a PNG, it might have been a JPEG, I might have named it wrong, but we'll have a look. Now, if we're going to have a look, so there's a few things we can do. We can look at the name of the file, the type of the file. So I'll quickly go back into FileZilla and see what the name of the file is. Oh, it's screenshot. I had renamed it something else in Finder. I had named it NLSC1, so I can basically just copy that name. Go back to FileZilla and I can just rename this one. PNG, same name, with a bit of luck, and that should work this time. Yes, fantastic. Alright, so that should take care of that, and we'll call that a close for now.